We are joined right here on the set. This guy here, all right, the Eagles played the Titans. And the Eagles are up in that game, what, 14-0? It looks like an easy victory. And Jayon Brown
at one point
wrecked the Eagles. I told him, you wrecked that game. He had 10 tackles in that game, all over the damn field. His first start of the season, they put him in, and the Eagles couldn't move the ball at all in that game after they got up in that lead, and your defense was outstanding. They're very predictable. The Eagles are predictable. Is that what you're telling us?
Not predictable, but we did a good job of with formation identity and knowing what was coming.
So there's a difference between being predictable and I know what y'all are doing.
Yes, yeah. Like being predictable is not. I don't think anybody wants to be predictable, but every team has their tendencies and through formations, and we did a good job studying our film and knowing what was coming.
Yeah. So, they're up big in that game, and it kind of, as watching it, I think everybody was like, this, because your offense was kind of, a little limited at times this year, but Mariota played phenomenal in the second half of that game.
Oh man, yeah, the offense. It was a bit of a shootout. It was a very interesting game to watch from a fan standpoint, and it went to overtime, and they won the toss. Well, let's go to the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter,
yeah,
we got the lead, and the Eagles got to get into field goal range to drive it into overtime. And they're marching on it. First they had a big return on us.
That's right.
Yeah, they had a big punt return on us. Got it within the 40, our own 40 or something like that.
Yeah, they were almost into field goal range after that. Yeah,
that was huge. So that was a little deflating. And then they drove it down there, threw the ball to Ertz, got in field goal range, kicked it, won the toss in overtime, drove it down on us all the way into the red zone. We had to make a red zone stop, force it to a field goal. Marcus gets the ball, and I think we get to like a 4th and 15, 4th and forever.
That was the game. Remember, they just kept converting 3rd and long and 4th downs.
The Eagles gave up a lot of 3rd and longs throughout the entire season, and that was nothing new. But you beat both teams that were in the Super Bowl last year, this season. You wiped the floor with the Patriots, and you beat the Eagles.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, what does that say about you guys? I mean, you didn't make the playoffs.
Man,
it wasn't his fault.
No, I'm just,
It was tough, man. It was tough. We got a really hard division, and we didn't capitalize on the things that we needed to, and to give ourselves a chance to make the playoffs. So unfortunately, it happened for us that way.
But it's sort of, that shows a lot about the league too. It's that a team that can miss the playoffs can beat the best teams in the league. That just shows you how close everything is.
The margin of error in this league is very, very small, and we missed the playoffs by a game. We got ourselves into a position to win or go home, and we end up going home. So unfortunately, it happened for us that way. But it's so many good teams in the league, especially in the playoffs. In the playoffs, the seeds don't even matter. We got our 1 seed, 2 seed, whatever. But when you line up and hike the ball, say go, it's all fair game.
You mentioned Ertz before. How challenging is it to deal with him? Just from the opponent's perspective, he obviously had a great year this year.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to hear when you go up against him. He creates mismatches and stuff like that. How tough is he?
Oh, you watch his routes. He's cooking people. He's so smooth and fluent with his motions, and he's open. He's open every play almost. So it's hard. He was for sure a big part of the game plan for us, and then Carson Wentz, and we're preparing for him as well because last year he would have won the MVP in my opinion if he didn't get hurt. So we knew we were facing up, and then the running backs they had when Jay was healthy.
Yep.
And all those guys, they had so many backs that can do so many different things. So their offense it's a very high-powered offense, no doubt, and they put up points. And it was up for the challenge, though.
So you play a position that's just kind of natural to talking trash because you put people on their back the whole time. and you seem like you have a lot of fun playing the game as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
I imagine that if you are a decent, you talk a little bit of trash, you talk a middle amount of trash, or you talk a whole lot of trash, whenever you play the Patriots and you're beating the Patriots, maybe there's just something inside that wants to talk a little bit more and let them know a little bit more that, hey, we're kicking your ass today.
Possibly. When you see them frustrated, it for sure helps out. But that was a fun game.
You can still have respect for them, but let them know that you're there all day.
you got to have respect for the Patriots.
Sure.
Like what they've accomplished as an organization and that staff and that team, like everybody knows what they're capable of.
You had a half a
But you
sack
hate
in
them
that
like we
game
hate them.
Yeah,
against the Patriots.
half a sack.
That's what it says
I
here.
was half. Damn, I
You
thought it
got
was full.
credit for a half. So you got to Tom Brady.
Yeah,
That's got to feel good, right?
Yeah, I should have got to him a couple more times, but it's all right.
He had the sack against Wentz, too.
What do
He
you
had
say
a sack
to
in the
Brady?
Eagle game.
Yeah.
Do you say anything to Brady after you sack him?
No. I don't say nothing to him.
Do you say anything to a quarterback after you get him?
Now I'm too busy celebrating.
Yeah.
Too busy celebrating. They're already on the ground. So
Now, you guys played the Eagles in what, 1, 2, 3, week 4.
Yeah.
So
September 30th.
because they're
That
the
was big
defending
for us.
Super Bowl champions, were you guys, sometimes they say all the teams are gunning for you now. Was that something that, hey, we want to beat the Super Bowl champions? Is that, accurate?
no doubt. We knew they're the champions. And then I remember, like, leading into that week, we went over their record and, like, they were, like, 20-something and, like, it was something ridiculous. They had, like, a tremendous, like, winning. Like, winning was part of their culture now, so pretty much. And
The new norm.
it was the new norm for them, exactly. And just going against them, we were like, it was sold out. So we played we went in there. Usually you see more green than blue than anything, and those Eagles
In
fans.
your own stadium.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Eagles fan lets you know they're in there. Like you heard the EAGLES. Like you heard that. Like soon, I think they scored first. Like
They were up. Yeah, they were up big in that game.
yeah, they scored first, and you heard them crowd like, man, fly. They were singing and all that. So
Boom,
I was like, oh yeah,
boom,
this is
boom.
real.
Was
Yeah.
there a bigger target on them because of the defending champs? Or do you not even focus on that?
What? Well, during the week you know it, but like you just gotta go out throughout the week like it's just any other week. But you know they're the champs, and beat them, you can beat anybody type. So
You guys got the draft in Nashville this year.
yes, indeed, we do.
What does that mean to you guys, and how will Nashville show up and show out for that?
Not going to be better than it was in Philly, right?
I don't know. Nashville shows up. Nashville loves to party.
Yeah.
Everybody know about Broadway.
I
and-
keep telling them I was 2 blocks north of Broadway
Yeah.
on Church Street, and it's the most underrated city I've ever lived in.
It's great,
into.
though.
It's
Very
amazing.
I love it down.
People
Oh,
think it's
man.
just country music.
No,
but
no.
You have such a huge hip hop scene. You have such a huge music scene,
Yeah.
food scene.
Oh, the food, man.
Arts.
You guys got to try the food out there.
Yeah.
I was at the Music City Bowl a couple of years. Well, Eli Manning was a freshman in college. That's how long ago
Wow.
it was when I was
That's
there.
so-
But
oh man, Eli.
Eli was a freshman at Ole Miss.
That must have been like 99 or 2000.
It was, yeah.
'cause he
West
was
Virginia
drafted in
played
03,
Ole
I
Miss
think.
in the
Notice
Music
how he
City
said
Bowl.
a couple of years and they had to check himself.
Ah, yeah, well.
But I understand you're an Eagles fan.
I grew up an Eagles fan.
Wait,
no doubt.
how
get
is
outta
that?
here. How did you not lead with that, Harry?
I grew up an Eagles fan.
Why weren't you listening when we were discussing this segment?
Yeah.
You're off.
We had a
doing
little
something.
pre-show.
Yeah, we had a little.
Oh man,
Jayon Brown
I had,
from the Tennessee Titans is
I
with
remember
us.
for one of my birthdays, I got a Eagles jacket, Eagles beanie, and all
Who was
that.
your favorite player?
My favorite player?
No, you're a California guy, though, right?
Yeah.
So
I
you
grew
went
up
to
in Long Beach,
UCLA.
California. Yep.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
big.
Miles Jack and then,
Westbrook.
Yeah.
Westbrook. Yep.
Westbrook, Brian Dawkins, McNabb, Brian Dawkins.
Did you
Yeah,
see
that
Doc
era.
walking around here yesterday at all? or-
I did
Yeah,
not
he was
see
here.
him.
He was
Oh,
here,
Man,
yeah.
I'm a huge fan of him. He probably wouldn't know that, but yeah, I was heartbroken when we lost Super Bowl against the Patriots. Actually, I was hurt.
That was
See?
the game in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah,
05.
that hurt.
You were helping us this year, beating them.
Oh,
Anytime the Patriots play anybody,
So
we
what-
root against them.
What was a more satisfying victory, beating the Super Bowl champs or beating the Patriots 34-10?
Ooh, good one.
beating the Eagles was huge. Like just, it was such a close game and back and forth. And when we got that Corey Davis, Marcus threw up to Corey for the game winning. Oh my goodness, the route Corey ran was unbelievable. Like broke off the DB, something so crucial. Went up, got a jump ball. I remember he caught it. As soon as he caught it, I threw my helmet, ran on the field. We all ran, stormed the field. It was amazing.
Yeah, Davis had 9 for 161 in that game.
Oh yeah, Corey went off that game. And then for the Patriots, I feel like it was a beat down from Hike.
It's just interesting to hear from the player's perspective
Right.
which game was more satisfying, beating the Patriots or because the Eagles are not typically thought of on the level. When you beat the Patriots, it seems like they're the one everybody wants. But beating the Super Bowl champions,
yeah,
pretty
no
big.
doubt. And the Patriots game was the level of focus. You have to be focused, but for them, the level of focus that you have to have, because like it's hard to confuse Brady, like, you know, with our defenses, and we were getting after him, and like them like they weren't able to really do much on us, and our offense was tearing them up, and it was just so fun to be a part of that.
Was Vrabel a pretty intense guy?
Yes, indeed he is. He's a hard coach, but he means well, and he
Sorry, he ain't listening.
yeah, he means well, but like he's a great coach. Like I love having him as a head coach, and we're gonna win a lot of games with him for sure.
I have to ask, because here the four of us, we love you because the fandom that you have had since you were a kid, but there might be different tables that look at you and say, wait a second, LA, UCLA, why aren't you rooting for the Rams? Have you gotten any of that type of resistance when you've – and I don't know how open you are about rooting for the Eagles.
I'm open about it that's what I grew up, and then
right. But I imagine
soon as I got drafted, boom, I'm Tennessee all day now.
Right. Of course, we get that, but I'm sure that somebody might have looked at you a little like, wait a second. You're all the way out in L.A. What are you doing rooting for the Eagles? You got a team right here in the Super Bowl.
I don't know how it happened, but growing up,
they weren't there.
when I was little,
they weren't there. The Rams
they were
right.
in St. Louis.
No, but I'm saying now, I don't mean as far as your fandom. But nobody's going to check you here on that. We love you for it. But I mean, there might be somebody in West Virginia.
Oh, people ask me all the time, like, how'd you grow up an Eagles fan and you're from Southern California?
Especially with the Rams in the Super Bowl now.
Yeah, like I grew up, By the way,
can I ask you something? Did
you
watch the Sixers game last night? Against the Warriors?
I did not, but I seen the highlight of
did Ben Simmons hit a three?
Did he hit a three?
I'm asking.
No, he didn't, because it's not in the stats. But he hit a –
I seen he made an incredible assist that I seen.
Behind the back.
That was amazing.
Listen, if Ben Simmons hit a three, it would be the equivalent of Mariota or Brady or anybody else kicking a 63-yard field goal.
Exactly.
It would be everywhere on the planet on social media.
He made the All-Star team, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. He got three of them on the team.
He doing something right.
Jayon Brown, everybody. Tennessee Titans. They beat the Eagles 26-23 in overtime. They beat the Patriots 34-10. Didn't play the Rams. So Patriots-Rams. Who do you like?
Goodness, you can never go against Brady. But
you guys waxed them. You whitewashed them.
Yeah, they're a different team in the postseason, as everybody knows.
That's true.
Yeah.
And the Rams, that defense is mean. Aaron Donald, who's going to block him? Nobody, exactly. Marcus Peters is Talib. You got Sue.
Yeah.
You got Fowler.
Fowler, yeah.
Goodness, it's
a lot of fireworks.
It's a lot of fireworks. On paper, you would say the Rams. You would say the Rams on paper, but
are you really going to say out loud that the Patriots are going to lose 2 straight Super Bowls?
The Bills lost 4 in a row before.
Hey,
That's right.
Fair, but I don't know if I'm willing to say Jim Kelly equals Tom Brady.
Oh, no, not at all, but it's possible.
It's true.
Anything's possible.
All right, John. Appreciate seeing you again, pal. Have
Thanks
a nice
for having
day.
me.
Man. Good to
Stay
have
healthy.
you.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Good talking to you, bud.
Thank you.
Sports Bash Live.